Nance, of course, 8 points, 4 rebounds. He's got 2 assists in the game. Jalen Moore has been quietly effective with 7 points in the game so far. And they are a balanced team, and I would look for Moore to get a little bit more involved as the game progresses.
Underway second half from Vegas. Winner to the semifinals. Each has a postseason type resume, not an NCAA tournament resume if they lose. So they got to keep the dream alive by winning this quarterfinal matchup. Loose change, Smith up ahead. Perkins blocked away. Josh Adams up high for the swat. What a jump for Adams.
You have got to be kidding me. Get that stuff out of here. That did not come close to the rim. Wow.
Did I tell you about him? Did I tell you about this kid's athleticism?
You did. Indeed. Significantly, Grabo is in the game. He's a very good shooter, had 2 fouls early and didn't play much, similar to the Mark situation in our first game. Grabo looked for him to get some shots up, and I think they're trying to establish Collette, right? Right there, they go to him immediately.
He's over 2 from the field in the game, only 2 points. 5th rebound for Nance Jr. Adams has a 38-inch vertical leap, he told us this year, and just loves to elevate.
That was a walk.
It was. And that was a wild circle shot. Sometimes Adams plays too fast because of his sheer athleticism.
Well, he's the last guy down the floor here. It's 4 on 5.
There's Collette. Yep.
And more. They took advantage of when Josh Adams hit the deck.
Collette's first field goal of the game.
Funky zone. If you think too much against this, you stall out. Just run your stuff.
Hankerson Jr. in the corner for 3. It's his second 3-ball. He's got 35 triples on the year.
Man-to-man at this end. Collette against Cook. The double.
Collette open. Jams!
Talk about some hops. This guy's got some hops also. Big shot blocker for this team. Hasn't done it in this game yet.
He had 32 against USC in the Pac-12 early in the year. Second most points single game all year in the Mountain West. Marvell Harris had 40 in a game for Fresno State.
Derek Marks had 30 plus 5 times.
Perkins misfires. Here comes Adams. Passing to Nance Jr.
Oh.
The and one for Larry Nance Jr. What a move.
This is big time. This is why he is an all-conference player. Great pass, great footwork, the 2-foot takeoff, and fouled. This is 2 players who know one another here.
And Collette, who had just established himself, Bob, as you said, was so important to Utah State's cause, just picked up his 3rd foul, right to the Utah State bench to sit next to Steve Morrill.
Elston Jones in his place. Because of the inexperience of Collette, I would expect him to be on the bench quite a while. If he was an experienced player, you could leave him there for 2 minutes and bring him in.
More passing. Perry misfires. Evan, more on Collette.
Well, guys, that'd be unfortunate for Stu Morrill because his message to me when he came out of the locker room is we need to get more physical inside, and he said it starts with David Collette. Now, obviously, we're able to do that, just 10 points in the paint, so we have to start getting on the ball. Obviously, 3 fouls now. That plan hit the skids, but he just said this game is a fight, and we need to play it inside out.
Interesting stuff.
Good definition of this game.
Elston Jones is a very, very physical player, number 50 here.
Nance Jr. 3. Off the mark. Here's Moore. In the corner for Smith. For 3.
Best shooter on this team. 47% from downtown. That is outstanding.
62 threes on the year to lead the Aggies. He's got range. Part of the roster renovation in Logan this year. Nance steps back. Short. Adams is everywhere. The and one for the 6'1" guard amongst the trees down low.
Athleticism, determination, toughness. And I'd like to add competitiveness as well. They're going to need that. This game's going to the wire. The number 4 and the number 5 seeds. Wyoming with 22 wins, Utah State with 18. Wyoming ranked earlier in the year.
Response for Perry.
Smith, Perry, Perkins on the perimeter. All can shoot it.
Nance Jr. Kick out. Hankerson Jr. Whoa. Thud. Backboard first on the brick. Here's Perkins. Elston Jones. Skips. Foul. Julian Perry on a 3-try. Three free throws when we return. Grabo the foul. Close action for the Mountain West in Vegas. One-point game. Utah State leads Wyoming in the Mountain West quarterfinal from Las Vegas. Let's take a look at the block of the game brought to you by Warner Ladder. It's got to be Josh Adams, Bob Wenzel, who can elevate with the best of them.
Your favorite guy. That ball is way above the rim. And that is outstanding leaping ability. He has 11 points. He's got 3 assists, 1 turnover, 1 block, 1 steal.
For this and more exciting highlights, visit cbssports.com/Warner Ladder. Many of those exciting highlights could be from this guy right here, Josh Adams.
There are lots of guys in gray uniforms logging big minutes in this game. And it'll be interesting to see how that affects the outcome when we get under 7-8 minutes in this game. Judicious use of timeouts might be the thing that we're going to see here in the future.
Two great coaches head-to-head, Larry Shaw and Stu Morrill, have been through some big battles and won huge games in their careers. Perry, 3 free throws. He was fouled by Grabo, who picked up his 3rd right before the break. And hits. Last run for Stu Morrill. Announces his retirement January 9th. The Logan legend. Stepping down.
Benson the game. Grabo on the bench. Lack of experience versus experience.
See our game trends, wild game so far. Herndon trying to create offensively. Runs into trouble.
I like the use of Herndon here for Cook. They're going to need Cook's defensive rebounding late in the game.
How about Smith over Nance Jr., who might have fouled him. There was some contact. 3 threes in the game now for Chris Smith, the junior from Sacramento.
They have found the balance they need. It's been their calling card all year long.
Hankerson Jr., the and one. Power. Wow.
6'4", 230. Take the charge if you want, boys. I'm willing to try the block. And right here, Elston Jones, no chance.
Perry picks up his 3rd foul. And 1 chance for Hankerson Jr. They did change that now. First announced as Perry, Elston Jones instead is whistled for the foul.
Yeah,
that's his first.
It was Elston. 10 points for Charles.
Making 11. Your best 15 for Hankerson Jr. showing up.
He only averages 6, so way above his norm, and they need it.
Backdoor cut knocked aside. Good defense by Nance Jr.
McGlaston, I really like his penetration ability. He made nice plays in the first half for himself and others. Jalen Moore has been pretty silent. He's playing the 4 spot right now. He's kind of a 3-4 wing. Not getting a lot of touches. Here he is.
Henry Bolton in the game for the first time for Utah State. Freshman from Avon Park, Florida. Smith in trouble. Turnover.
He traveled. The baseline is not your friend against a good defensive team. He drove baseline, 2 pokes right there. Hankerson has been a big positive offensively for them in this game. There's Nance. He is being fouled right here. They had him when Herndon had the ball at the top of the key. Didn't get it.
Second foul on Elston Jones, freshman from Goodyear, Arizona, due west of Phoenix.
Only averages 9 minutes a game. He's been in that more in this game. There's the pass you need.
Nance Jr. Back iron and foul.
They're staying here. Jalen Moore is not happy about this. The pass from the top of the key is better than the pass from the wing. There's less help and more fouls happen when you get the ball there.
Could have gone either way. Thought initially it might be an over the back call on Nance Jr. But if that happened, we couldn't see Josh Adams.
Did you vote for this guy for All-American?
Get through traffic and lay it up again. He's got 13. Another spectacular play, showing off the athleticism.
Increases your defense. Cook's back in.
Jones, power move, way too strong. Hankerson Jr. the rebound for Wild.
Shyatt did a great job. Bought some time for Cook. He immediately gets a rebound when he's in. And he better leave Hankerson in, because this guy is doing it in this game.
Is he ever? He's double his per-game average. Stu Morrill wants a timeout.
They had the lead until the 7-zip run. Wyoming's back in it. Exactly what you would expect from these two. We're tied up.
Ken loves it.
I love that.
Cowboy Ken, unofficial mascot of Wyoming basketball. Tonight at 8:30 East, we'll get a full breakdown of all the action going on today and tonight on Inside College Basketball. Bracket Week presented by Kubota.
Let's take a look at what happens on a pick and roll situation right here. Nobody comes out to hedge, and as a result, Hankerson takes it all the way to the basket. No hedge by Moore, clear basket, and the nice left-handed shot. Normally, Moore would be coming out, but he was so concerned about Nance that he decided not to help, and that turned out to be a mistake. Balanced scoring on the part of Wyoming here. This is a big, big positive for them. I watched practice 2 days ago with Wyoming, and I was watching Hankerson's shot, and it's a very slow shot. His drives to the basket were very impressive, like the one we just saw, but he typically is not a great outside shooter, but he's a pretty good mid-distance shooter because he shoots the ball flat.
2 points away from his career best set in 2014 against New Mexico State.
Collect back in the game, Dave. They tried to establish him at the start of the second half.
Smith up top, way short, front iron. Harris finds the offensive rebound, and a quick timeout for Utah State.
Well, that is a wasted timeout. Harris didn't need it. Players get in the habit of calling timeout when they have no one to pass to. Frequently, that's not the best play. And in a game that's tight like this, in the end game, you're going to need your turnovers. You're going to need your timeouts. Right here, excellent trap. Nobody fouls. That's what you want. And he calls a timeout. Not so sure that's a great play.
Only 2 left now.
Exactly.
For Utah State. That's a great point.
Wyoming has 4 left in a close game. I mean, we've got a lot of time to go yet, no doubt about that. but it's kind of a natural reaction now for players to do that. Harris, I'm not blaming him for that, but it's really not a great play at this juncture of the game.
Henry Bolton runs the point for the Aggies now.
Sticky D. Very sticky D.
Smith has 3 threes so far in the game.
Big time rebound. Notice the block out. Get the guy on your back.
Off the misfire by JoJo McGlaston. Nance Jr. on Collette with the 3 fouls. Tough pass to catch there for Hankerson Jr. Adams dishing. Cook Jr. finishing. Look out below with a hammer. What a pass.
Don't have to play Harris away from the basket.
McGlaston cannot answer. Adams, 3rd rebound of the game.
Graybo still out, Bent's still in. It's not hurting them.
Hankerson Jr. hangs and hits the and 1. He's tied his career high with 15 points. What a factor. Charles Hankerson Jr., the senior from Miami. Fat dime. Fantastic from Adams. No-look dish. Cook Jr., the hammer finish. Let's check the 2015 Mountain West Tournament bracket from here in Vegas. Top-seeded Boise State, 12-point win over Air Force. Gave the Broncos a pretty good fight. Nick Duncan had 7 threes in that game. While Utah State battling here, we'll see San Diego State, Colorado State, both coming up high seeds who could win the entire tournament. How about some sleeper teams, Bob? Wednesday, let's take a look at our sleeper squads. The watch brought to you by Sleep Number.
Well, these are teams that we think can advance in the NCAA tournament that people don't typically think of. San Diego State, with Dwayne Polee back at nearly 100%, I think is one of those. Davidson, if you like offense, if you like a team that can really execute, that's your team. LSU has outstanding athletes all over the floor. And Purdue has great shot blocking. 2 7-footers that share the post position. A.J. Hammond's the best shot blocker in the Big Ten Conference. Those are teams you might want to look at.
Davidson, top seed of the A-10. They play LaSalle. Quarterfinals tomorrow at the A-10 tournament.
And we think that Davidson's going to do well. And this is not, there's no dispensation from the NCAA for Steph Curry to come back at all. I mean, he's not playing in this game.
That would be fun. See him come back. Moore pulls up and hits. It's a 3. Big response for Jalen Moore. Exactly what the Aggies needed. His second 3 of the game.
No doubt about that. Coming out of a timeout, you get a good shot for your best player. That's what you want. Hankerson and Adams taking the ball to the basket has been a lethal combination here. Too much thinking going on right now.
Under 10 to shoot for Adams. Graybo back in the game. Hits! Off the bench after playing not many minutes thanks to Benz and his role. First 3 for Graybo. Who's had a brilliant career in Laramie. Reverse layup, miss, Smith. Graybo has the rebound.
You talk about division of labor on a team. Wyoming embodies that big time. Cook, screens and rebounds. Nance is the focal point. This guy does everything.
Not this time for Adams from 3.
And one thing that they all do at this end is play tight deep.
Collette establishes position with a seal and finishes with a hammer.
They would love more of that from him. Cook got caught on the side, the wrong side.
Glimpses of greatness from the redshirt freshman, David Collette. Tops of the Mountain West in field goal percentage, 59%. Strange play there. Nance Jr. just lost sight of it.
David Collette reads the defense perfectly. The gamble on the wrong side. He's athletic, there's no doubt about that. Only a freshman.
15th in the nation in field goal percentage for Collette this year. Perry up top, back iron on three. Cook Jr.
You want to give this up, Mr. Cook. Adams is off the floor.
Wow, Hankerson Jr., absolute break.
Well, that's why you don't want him shooting too many of those guys.
Right, way beyond his range. Offensive foul on the other end against McGlaston.
This was good substitution to get Adams out before the timeout that is forced at this time of the game. The drive, good body position right there. Players have to learn to pull up when they see the traffic coming. Small backcourt for Wyoming.
Nance Jr., offensive foul, leading us to the timeout.
When you lower the shoulder, the guys in the striped shirts are going to call it. 3-point game, timeout.
Mr. Wenzel, let's recap with the AT&T game summary.
Well, three-point shooting is the byword for Utah State. They've made 7, but points in the paint, Wyoming dominating in that area, 28-16. Big deal in the game. Look at the bottom. Hankerson's got 16 points of 6 of 10, and that is a big, big bonus for Larry Shyatt and his team.
Interesting game here, Bob. First time these teams met, Utah State and Logan won by 12 at home. Second time, senior night at Laramie, it was all Cowboys. Won by 23. They smoked them. So, close game of the 4 or 5 here, but the question is, who's got the advantage?
Well, I don't think anybody's got the advantage. I think it's going to be interesting to see what happens at the end. Josh Adams has been great in the second half of this game. I know he's your favorite player. His athleticism right here is distributed. Right here, it goes to the offensive glass. He's competitive. And watch this pass. In between two guys, a look away. Cook the beneficiary there. So Hankerson with 16 is a big bonus. Adams, of course, is playing the way he normally plays, as is Nance. The rest of the team only 6 points so far in the game. That is not atypical of Wyoming. They are not a high-scoring team. They rely on their defense. And I'm sure Larry Shyatt's going to get Hankerson back momentarily.
Charles has a career-high 16 points already. Smith foul on the way up.
Close game situations, free throw shooting becomes very important. Terrific drive right here by Smith. Gets fouled by both guys.
Call on Adams' second. And Smith misfires on the first. He shoots 78% from the line coming in. At 18 points, a team best. Last time they met Wyo, just got drubbed in Laramie at the Arena Auditorium. He's a good one, though.
Execution required on offense down the stretch.
McManaman back into the game. Long-range shooting threat for the Cowboys.
He's been out a long time.
Nance Jr.
Get out of here! Get out of here!
The elevation. The hammer followed by a 6'1" guard. Josh Adams up and away. This guy's incredible. Oh my goodness. Collette answers with a stuff on the other end. got to be kidding me, Bob Wenzel. There just aren't many players like that nationally. You see at his body type.
He's an unusual player.
I mean,
there's no doubt about that.
Electrifying.
He's exuberant when he plays. That's what I like about him.
Nance Jr. free, baseline. Short this time. Utah State gets it back.
Out of the ceiling. Enjoy. The response, just as good. Not as entertaining, however.
Colette now has 10. 4 different Aggies each have 10 points right now to lead the way for Utah State. Interesting.
They are a balanced team.
Definition of that. Moore has a dozen now.
That was a heck of a shot right there. Balance is great on offense and defense. In the end game situation, balance is not always so good. You want a guy who can take over when it counts and get fouled.
What a game here today. 16 lead changes back and forth.
Hankerson back in. I love this. Look at this pass.
Nifty pass, Adams to Nance Jr. Offensive foul. Number 3 on Larry Nance Jr.
Not happy. Lowers the shoulder. Collette in good position. Collette has good lateral quickness. Notice how he jumps right in front on the first step. Nice matchup.
Collette had good position. Out of bounds off of David Collette.
Nice help by Hankerson. The front is good. The weak side help, even better. Hankerson did a terrific, terrific job there. Utah State is trying to establish Collette on the interior some. I don't think Collette is a great post-up player. What I think is good is when people drive, he finds a seam, and when he gets it, he's very explosive.
Adams. Nifty pass again. Nance Jr. strips. Grabo for 3.
The Cowboys are feeling it. They are getting production from everyone. They were ranked earlier. They think they should be an NCAA tournament team. They're not going to get an at-large bid. They got to win this whole thing, and they might.
166 career threes for Grabo, 5th best in Wyoming history. Coming up next, come off the court into the studio for Drive NCAA March Madness presented by AT&T. As our panel of experts walks you through all the latest around college hoops, leading up to the big dance, only on CBS Sports Network. Here in the Mountain West, Boise State top seed survived quite a battle from Air Force today.
No doubt about it. The three-point shooting of Nick Duncan was very, very instrumental. And of course tonight, San Diego State and Colorado State are both playing. I believe both are in the NCAA tournament already. UNLV, this is their home arena, so they might have an advantage with the fans against the best defensive team in the Western United States in San Diego State. Colorado State is a fun team to watch. Bejarano, Avila, very experienced team.
Utah State head-to-head with Wyoming. It's the 4-5 game in the Mountain West tournament. From the Thomas and Mack in Las Vegas, Dave Ryan, Bob Wenzel, Evan Washburn. Bringing this second of 4 quarterfinals on CBS Sports Network. Winner to the semis. As we just saw, Boise State has won already, beating Air Force. Adams collects and finishes. Cook Jr. very slow to get up for the Cowboys.
Defense leading to offense. Athleticism personified. He is a competitor.
Elleran Smith trying to respond. Got bumped, no whistle. Hankerson Jr. nudged him. Here's Grabo.
Good judgment by Hankerson. Not his game. He's a driver and a mid-distance guy. The good news for Wyoming is they have a lead, and Nance is not highly involved in the offense. Credit Hankerson and Adams. He can go here.
8 to shoot.
He should go here.
He needs to. 5 to shoot. Long range. Whoa. Nance Jr. collects. Beats the shot clock. May have traveled as well. No whistle, no problem. Big hammer. Lucky break for Wyo. Adams on the move again. Sometimes he just goes a little too fast.
A little too much French pastry on that one. Nance is on it. Awful shot. No block out. Nance in the right place at the right time.
College basketball on CBS Sports Network is being brought to you by Lowe's. Never stop improving. By Alberto Beef Jerky. You get out what you put in. And by Dodge. Born Dodge.
Wyoming 8-15 all-time in the Mountain West Tournament. Made the title game in 06, but have won only 3 games since then as we have our game reset. Stu Morrill and the
Well, the
Aggies.
timeouts left are significant right here. Wyoming has an advantage in that particular situation. And of course, the foul situation is very, very different right now. So advantage Wyoming in both areas. Stu Morrill, 17 years at Utah State. Several different conferences. This is his last year.
Big West, WAC, and now the Mountain West. Year 2 for the Aggies in this conference. They were 1-1 in the tournament a year ago. Moore, tough shot, gets a roll.
Great play by Stu Morrill. Set it up at the timeout. He did that the last timeout and got a shot for Jalen Moore also.
Team has 14 points for Moore.
From Utah State, I'm clogging the lane on all drives.
Cook Jr. spins.
Good judgment by Nance. Could have had an offensive foul.
Hankerson. All right.
He's got the flat shot.
Perkins the rebound.
Moore wants it, and he should take it.
Smith. Foul.
Good patience on the part of Utah State on that play. Wyoming fouled near the end of the shot clock, which is not what you want to do. But it was on the floor, and we showed you in that last graphic they only had 4 fouls, so they can waste a couple.
Hankerson Jr. picks up his first foul of the game. Smith spin move, travels right back to the post.
It'll be interesting to see if Utah State tries to increase pressure right here. They're down 5. It's not their normal way of playing, but here they go, full court. I would try to trap Riley Graybo if I could near the sideline if he goes there. Nice D. Until then.
It's Perkins. That's his third. 1-1 here for Wyoming, and Graybo, not the guy you want to send to the free throw line because he leads the nation in free throw shooting, 95.1%.
Last 2 possessions, both teams played good defense until the end of the shot clock. Wyoming has the advantage because they're in the 1-1, and Utah State is not. So the non-fouling of Wyoming in the second half has really led to them being in a very advantageous position right now.
Graybo 79 and 83 on the year, gets a roll, hits another. He's set an all-time single-season Wyoming free throw shooting record. Timeout.
Cowboy fans are here in abundance. This team was ranked in AP and coaches poll many weeks in the season. Nance gets mono. They lose a couple of games. They dropped out. They are pretty good.
Boise State awaits the winner. Top-seeded Broncos beat Air Force today by 12 thanks to 7 threes from Australian Nick Duncan.
Boise State and Wyoming played once this year. Wyoming won. Even though Boise State's the #1 seed, Larry Shyatt's guys, if they win this, will be confident against Boise. And how about the matchup between that guy, Adams, and Derek Marks? If it happens, that's going to be a heck of a matchup.
That'll be fun to watch. Perkins. Long-range miss, Perry. Look out, here goes Adams. Two-handed hammer. Soaring through the air. Collette Cook Jr., it's physical.
Speed beats everybody to the ball. He wanted to make a spectacular play. He was wise to just do standard. He still seems to have his legs. 19 points, 5 assists. Terrific play.
Larry Shyatt told us this week he's the only player I've ever asked to slow down at times because he plays so fast. But you can't complain, can you? Big three. Perkins' second triple of the game and a quick timeout.
Game's not over, that's for sure. Execution of inbounds plays. They were in zone. Adams was late and he didn't put a hand up. Perkins is going to make that every time. Full court pressure expected right from here from the Aggies. Ball handling and free throw shooting essential for the Cowboys. Right here we're going to see Stu Morrill and his group go full court pressure and likely trap. Larry Shyatt is talking to his team about meeting every pass. Never stand when the ball is coming to you and wait for it to come to you. You come to it to avoid the steal. He wants to keep the court spread. Stu Morrill's guys, it'll be interesting to see if they guard 5-on-4 on the inbounds or when they pressure the inbound passer here.
Next, come off the court in the studio for Drive to NCAA March Madness presented by AT&T. As our panel of experts walks you through all the latest around college hoops leading up to the big dance only on CBS Sports Network.
They are going 5-on-4 and not guarding the inbounder, it looks like. Maybe now they switch. Okay, tall man on the inbounder. Notice his position. They're trying to force the ball to the near corner here. And when they do, they'll trap it right there.
Graybo, incredible free throw shooter. Adams, pretty good too. There's the foul.
Well, Utah State did what they should do, and Wyoming did what they should do. Handled the trapping situation very well. Now, the interesting thing right now for Wyoming, when you have the lead late, you have a tendency to not want to foul because that stops the clock, and the clock is your ally. So in that situation, Utah State should drive the ball to the basket, knowing that Wyoming does not want to foul.
Big miss for an end for Adams. Two-possession game here. Smith thinking about a three. Perry, no room.
Utah State was in love with the three. Wyoming knew it. They didn't use the dribble to penetrate.
Foul called. That sends Collette to the free throw line.
I didn't see that one.
Cook Jr. whistled for his second. Down low.
.58% from the line on the year.
Gets a roll. Three for three tonight for the line for David Collette. 11 points in the game. Herndon, redshirt freshman from Colorado Springs, returns for Wyoming here. Way short second. Free throw. And Herndon, right off the bench for Wyo, has the rebound.
Yeah, uses his length immediately. Stay away from the sideline. That's where you can be trapped.
Juwan Graybo, nation's leader in free throw percentage, handling the ball. Adams, bumped by Smith. Now got to defend, right 10 on the shot clock.
Nance wants to be involved.
Adams through traffic, incredible pass. Earned in the finish. What a pass again by Josh Adams. He is amazing. Perkins other end, short. Smith tracks it down for Morrill. Foul.
Through traffic, the double crossover and the dish. He has a sense of the game. Finds people. And the finish is easy for Herndon. Well, in the two games that we've done here, we've had spectacular play from two different players, two different kinds. Duncan from Boise State was spectacular as a shooter. And Josh Adams as an athlete in this one has been everywhere on the floor.
Perry misfires. JoJo McGlaston has it, and a quick timeout call by Stu Morrill at Utah State. And some finishes to make it a 5-point game. 26-year overall. As we talked about, Stu has announced his retirement. Now, no telling yet. With 18 wins, if they lose this game, they won't go to the CBI or CIT, maybe the NIT. Probably not with their RPI. But look at the accomplishments and the resume for the Logan legend, Stu Morrill.
Look at the bottom. This is 402 wins at one school. He's got a lot more than that, but at Utah State, 402. Obviously the most in school history. He's been the coach of the year in several conferences. And Utah State has always been a well-respected basketball program because of that man right there. He has a Gonzaga background. Went to school there. Full court pressure. Trap and foul.
Herndon on the inbound. Graybo, of course, receives the pass. The great free throw shooter is fouled. 29.2 to go in regulation.
Graybo told me yesterday at practice that he has a brother who's a graduate assistant at Eastern Washington. And I think they are still in the running for an NCAA bid if they haven't gotten one already. And I said, are you a better player than him? He said, no.
Really?
He said his brother was better. I said, he must be pretty good.
He must be really good. I bet Riley's the better free throw shooter, though. Thank you. This guy doesn't miss much.
Well, we've got two very experienced coaches in this game. A very, very entertaining and close, tough game we've witnessed here.
4 for 4 from the line. 82 of 86 on the year for Graybo, the nation's leading free throw shooter. Incredible. Lead is 7 more. Grazes the rim. Collette, nice fight for it on the baseline. It's out of bounds. And a whistle.
That guy walks 6 miles a day.
We saw him twice in the hotel. He's just on the way to his walk.
That's his exercise program.
Love that.
And he does that instead of drinking gallons of Pepto-Bismol, as most coaches do.
Graybo steps in front of that one, knocks it out of bounds. Good hustle. By the senior from Boulder, Colorado, Riley Graybo. Perkins for more. Hits a three. Wow.
Boy, I'll tell you, they have been solid on set play situations, haven't they? And Jalen Moore has been the guy who has gotten all three of those set situation baskets. He is only a sophomore, 6'8", 215. Dad Jimmy is in the Hall of Fame at Utah State.
Now an administrator in Logan. Graybo missed a free throw. What? I didn't think that was possible. 4 or 5 from the line. National leader. It's the second. Final seconds for Perkins. He'll launch and hit a three.
2-point game, baby.
3.1 seconds left.
Got to get the inbound.
Graybo, of course, wants the ball. Look out, Nance Jr. did get it in, and Hankerson Jr. is fouled. That's great news for Utah State. He's not a good shooter at all.
Well, Graybo is really angry at Nance because he thought he was open, and you want to inbound to him, clearly. Nance runs the baseline. He saw that he tripped. He didn't want to take a chance. So the pressure goes to Hankerson. 2 threes in a row by Utah State has added to the drama here.
Hankerson Jr., 45% free throw shooter. The first. Missed it.
Let's watch his feet on this free throw. He leans backwards. When you lean backwards, everything fails you. Let's see if he goes up on his toes on this shot.
The second.
Lean backwards. Lean backwards.
Final moments. More. He's it. And that's it.
What a great game. You gotta love it. Wyoming prevails. Josh Adams the star. 2-point game. Stu Morrill. Last game, maybe. Larry Shyatt, great job by him.
Survival for the 4th seed Wyoming in a great game today in the quarterfinals. Next up for the Pokes, they'll take on top seeded Boise State tomorrow at 9 Eastern on CBS Sports Network. Still 2 great quarterfinals to come. Aztecs running Rebels, Rams, and Bulldogs on the way. Maybe the last game in the great career of Stu Morrill. Retiring when it's all said and done for Utah State this year.